Future healthcare professionals now have a new state-of-the-art facility to learn their craft. We're checking it out at UVA-Wise. And the Justice Department announces plans to close what's known as the gun show loophole, how the new rule will expand background checks, and why some lawmakers are already opposed to it.
Plus, we are tracking some cooler air and breezy winds by Friday. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
After this afternoon's thunderstorms pass, cooler air is on the way. We have to get through the storms first, though, so let's get a check of the forecast on this first alert weather day. Meteorologist Cameron Aaron joins us now with more. Cameron.
Yes, Steve, the good news, no severe weather warnings right now, but we are tracking a new tornado watch for parts of the mountains, and we are tracking plenty of widespread showers and a few thunderstorms as well. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler, you can see some widespread rain, the heaviest on the board, close to Jackson for Breathitt County, pushing close to Hyden for Leslie County. And again, these are below severe limits, but they are producing lots of lightning, some heavy rain, possibly some gusty winds, and a few more heavier downpours in the Big Sandy Valley, close to Magoffin County, pushing into Paintsville for Johnson County, also into Lawrence County at this hour. And like I said, no warnings, but we do have a new tornado watch, and that will last through 9 p.m. this evening for Elliott, Morgan, Magoffin, Floyd, Pike, and Dickinson counties, and back to the north and east. And again, that will last through 9 p.m., possibly canceled a little bit early in those eastern Kentucky counties. We'll wait and see how the atmosphere wants to behave as we go into this evening. But we are tracking some more hit or miss rain showers or thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong to severe. But the good news as we go into Thursday night, some showers, yes, but no severe weather as cooler air begins to filter in behind this area of low pressure. We see lows back in the middle to upper 40s, and we stay chilly, windy, and soggy on your Friday. More details on that Friday forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. We've certainly had some heavy rain here in Hazard. Well, the White House plans to close the so-called gun show loophole, and that's sparking Republican backlash on Capitol Hill. The new rules will require background screenings before anyone can buy guns online or in person at gun shows. CBS's Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
In what the Justice Department calls a historic step, it aims to close the gun show loophole by expanding background checks for those who buy firearms at gun shows or online.
Under this regulation, it will not matter if guns are sold on the internet, at a gun show, or at a brick-and-mortar store.
The new action stems from the bipartisan Safer Communities Act Congress passed after 2022's deadly mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. But lead Republicans on the legislation say the new rules go too far.
We were bipartisan. They're bipartisan hacks, and it will be used as an example of why they don't trust an administration to do it in the future. It'll take 20 years to recover from this crap.
Nearly 80,000 licensed gun dealers are already required to run background checks, but this change means an estimated 23,000 currently unlicensed sellers will have to do the same. It applies to larger sellers that advertise, process credit cards, and earn profits from gun show and online sales.
There's a reason that they're buying from sellers who are offering these guns for sale, in many cases cash only, no questions asked.
Chris Brown, president of Brady United Against Gun Violence, calls this the biggest expansion of background checks since the 1993 Brady bill.
It means lives saved. That's the bottom line.
The new regulations are expected to take effect in about a month. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
2 Republican senators say they plan to introduce a joint resolution to overturn the new regulations. Hundreds of school leaders and students gathered at UVA-Wise to celebrate the rededication of the Pippin and Wiley Hall. The former library is now a state-of-the-art nursing education facility with the help of more than $16 million in renovations. Nursing instructor Summer Buckmeyer says she is happy to see alumni giving back to the college to help educate future healthcare professionals.
It's very important to be able to have this space. We need that, especially in this area, in the Southwest Virginia, that this area struggles. And when we have alumni that come back to give, it's great. I mean, we couldn't do it without them.
Buckmeyer says students will have the opportunity to learn in a state-of-the-art building. We'll have more on this at 6 about how it will impact students. Students in the region are getting to express themselves with the help of the Appalachian Arts Alliance in Hazard. They will debut Sister Act Junior on Friday at the Forum. The play uses the story to teach the audience about open-mindedness and friendship. One student in the musical says opportunities like this in our region are few and far between.
It's so special because there are not many places around here that you can just do art stuff and the art station provides so much for all the kids who've been wanting to be able to sing, to perform on stage, and it's incredible.
For tickets to Sister Act Junior at the Forum in Hazard, you can buy them at the door during the showings on Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. We'll have more on the impact the art station is having on students in the region coming up tonight at 6. The Anti-Defamation League is giving some of the nation's top universities an F when it comes to protecting Jewish students from anti-Semitism on campus. The ADL evaluated 85 universities. Harvard, Princeton, MIT, Stanford, and UVA were among the dozen schools that received failing grades. Only 2 schools got an A, Brandeis and Elon. Reports of anti-Semitism on college campuses have surged since Hamas's attack on Israel. The ADL says the incidents have left Jewish students feeling unsafe, and parents are questioning where they should send their kids to college. The National Transportation Safety Board is still investigating the site of the Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore. While crews work to clear the debris, NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy gave an update to several members of Congress. She told the committee that the preliminary report won't be available until May and that the investigation is currently focused on why the cargo ship lost power before it hit the bridge. Your internet bill might go up $16 to $40 next month if you're one of the nearly 23 million American households that get subsidies through the Affordable Connectivity Program. The FCC is set to cut subsidies by more than half in May, and without new funding later, they'll be gone. Some lawmakers are increasing their push to refund it. A bipartisan Senate bill to give it $7 billion has 5 co-sponsors. A House plan has majority support in the chamber, but it's unclear if Speaker Mike Johnson will bring it to the floor.
From education to employment to scheduling health care appointments to access to health services, everyone deserves affordable internet access.
House Republicans are pushing to rein in government spending, but advocates say affordable internet is too important to let go. A new Florida law bans younger children from having social media accounts. The issue has many parents questioning at what age should kids start using social media, and should the government have a say? CBS's Jeff Wagner has more.
Having a drink, driving a car, all are well known for their legal age restrictions. Social media is a bit more of the Wild West.
It's done. There you go.
And Florida's governor is trying to rein it in. The state's new law bans children under 14 years old from social media. Kids 14 to 15 need parental consent. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok would also be required to close accounts that don't meet the age restrictions.
14 is what was recommended as a healthy place to start.
Sarah Jerstad is the clinical director of psychological services at Children's Minnesota and got the 14-year-old recommendation from a study done by the Surgeon General.
It has to do with brain development. So what we know is at age 14, we're able to start that process of reasoning.
She says 14-year-olds also better prioritize how they spend their time and hopefully have established hobbies or relationships.
Because one of the concerns is that if social media becomes prominent so early, it might displace some of those other healthy activities.
In that Surgeon General's study, teenagers reported spending an average of 3.5 hours on social media a day.
Do you think we should leave it up to the government or it should be up to parents?
I'm not sure. I don't mind too much government guidance.
Guidance,
Not necessarily
Mandates.
However age restrictions are determined, Dr. Jerstad says parents should set a good example for their children and put the phone down and do activities together without devices. Jeff Wagner, CBS News, Minneapolis.